Good evening, good night, everyone. It's Real Talk Live. Yes, so we have Abby on the inside, representing the UK as usual, and we have Sonali to the bottom of the screen. Burn Team Chef. What are you going by Sonali? Burn Team Chef? No? Yeah, so your topic tonight is money important for a stable relationship? That's the topic. Money is, quite important. So, we want to know how you all feel about money, the importance of it in a relationship. Will it keep you? Will it let you leave? If the man or woman doesn't have any income coming in, what will you do? So drop it in the comment section. Will you go with a broke man, a broke woman? How you feeling about the money? Is it the bank account that you are attracted to? So let us know. So Abby, we know you make your own money, right? But let's say in a relationship. As a matter of fact, will you go in a relationship with a man who doesn't have a job at the moment?
If he's ambitious and he's looking for keeping himself occupied and busy, then yeah, I would. I've done it before, so I would.
Right. All right. What about you, Sonali?
Just like Abby, you have to show me ambition. Because you don't know the circumstances. That's the reason why I don't have the job at the moment. But show me that you're willing to go out there and do something, even if it's to go and maybe sell tomatoes at the side of the road. Show me that you have some initiative or something. And then we could move from there. We could really move forward from there.
Yes. And I agree with you all on that, because sometimes you really don't know the situation. You don't know why the person isn't working at the moment. It could be for many different reasons. And as we know with COVID, a lot of people, they would have lost their jobs during this time. No fault of their own. So, and they might look for another hustle, something that they could do temporarily until they could get something a bit more stable. Yeah, so yeah, if it is a showing even women as well, and most of the times actually you will see that men, they will be the one to take in a woman who isn't working anywhere, who may not even have, what to say, any qualifications. She has no experience. Hi, Candy Barbara. Yeah, and the man he will still, even provide and let her go to school, all these things, because I've witnessed it. Yeah, but women, some women, we know that they're not taking up a man at the side of the road and say, here, what, I'm gonna get you up to speed. Abby, have you ever gotten a man up to speed, like really? You see him on the streets and you say, right, he look like he have something in him. Let me clean him up. Let me take
No,
him
I
in.
don't think I have the patience for that. That's a project for people who have more patience than me. I don't think. But I've heard stories about it, and the stories I heard haven't end well.
Right.
That the woman has picked him up off the street and clean him up, get him a little hustle, and he become so proud that he reached to the position that he's in financially, that he does what most men do. Go for a nice younger chick because he look in the partner and he have money in the pocket, and he didn't appreciate what the women done for him. So he just left her there and he moved on.
And
It
well, of
never
course,
ends well.
we know it have women who do the same. It have some persons may say, well, I don't know of any woman who did pick a man up off the streets and say, here's what, I'm gonna help you out. I've never seen it. Sonali, I don't know if you've seen it, but I've
heard
never
the
seen it
stories.
here.
I've heard the stories, but Unlike Abby, I haven't heard anything bad. So as the ending to the story was always good, that they live in nice and so forth. But I haven't seen it here. I've just heard stories.
Mm.
And I say
Nice.
kudos to them.
Because I
Yeah,
know them
kudos.
personally, so yeah.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. You have to know them personally or somewhere
Yeah.
around, something like that. Hi, Jean.
Right.
Hi, Jean. So, Jean, hi, Candace. So we have Tobago on the inside. We have, I can't remember what part of, I think Jean is in New York. Yeah. So, drop in the comment section. Will your ladies, because it's only ladies on the live right now, will you take a man off the street, clean him up, and get him up to speed, whether it be in a skill, whether it be opening a business for him? Because we know last week one of the team members said they make sure and they open up a little small thing for the man.
If
Yeah, and
the
then he
money
ride
not
out.
right all year, what's that? Pleasant night, pleasant night. Oh, there's real trouble in this place. Candace, Jean, Sonali, all year, if the money ain't right, we talking about stability. Abby, Chica, how you be with a man and he is stable? I don't really think I seen a woman going and look for a man selling tomatoes.
No, it's not that we're
No,
deliberately looking for
Listen,
someone
listen.
who's
no,
Abby,
you misunderstood me,
Abby,
Sharon.
our ladies in Trinidad and Tobago and in the world, that man selling tomatoes, he had to be selling tomatoes on a large scale. That tomatoes have to be the king of
I
tomatoes.
think I think you misunderstood, Sharon.
Chica, heap or no table. That man is selling the tomatoes a distributor. Yes, sir. I just want
Sonali
to
saying the man could be on the streets hustling, selling, say how much of a pound or they want the people on high street who does really
No,
be out
no,
there.
don't get me wrong. I had to backpedal a little. Don't get me wrong. You can't be selling tomatoes for a whole year. Tell me at least a month or
right,
2 months.
if I
Tell me for
right.
a
distributed the
month or two
tomatoes,
months.
if I distributed the tomatoes and it
If
going,
you're distributing and you're doing
yeah,
grocery wise,
bulk,
yeah, no
bulk,
problem. You go through love.
and
But
the
don't
money
tell me
flowing
you're
with the
selling tomatoes
tomatoes.
for a whole year. Tell me you're only
I
doing it for
mean,
a month or 2 months to pay the bills.
I ain't see that happening. I ain't seeing a
Why
lady
not?
So
going.
if it is circumstances does not allow for the man to just be doing it for a month or two, and he needs to do it for a year.
Well, let's place in the comment section if it is on here.
Come and tell me, okay, the circumstances is not for a month
Well, you had the
or two,
tomatoes
but
man in
don't
all
tell
your
me a
bed.
year. Tell
Well,
me
you
you
had the
need an extra
tomatoes
month
man in
a
all
year.
your bed.
Don't tell me for a year,
The
because I'm
meeting,
sorry.
the meeting in your bed is the tomatoes man was selling it by the heap now. Ah,
I think he's getting it the wrong way, girls. But
Yeah,
I just
he
give him
is. He
trouble.
is.
DJ Bolt in the
I
building.
give him trouble because in the meeting in your bed is not the tomatoes man. We sure about that. We
oh
sure about
God.
that for you. We sure we are meeting. So let's place in the comments. Let's place in the comment section. Is money really the foundational aspect of a relationship?
I will say it's a cornerstone and not really the foundation to
Yeah,
say.
I agree. I mean, we need it
Yeah.
to survive. We need it to get things moving, but foundation, nah. We need something stronger than money. 'Cause money comes and goes, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you get it, you have to spend it. So you need something more stable for a foundation, I'm guessing.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
already have that connection and the energy that you want with that person. And it has to
Hmm.
be more than money so that even if it is a run low, this person will still stick with you in the
Hmm.
good and the bad times. Because
Yeah.
some persons, as soon as that money is gone, the next day, so today the person can come and say, no, I get laid off, or I lose my job, or for whatever reason, or the company closed down. And then the woman next day or same day, she may say, well, all right, well, all the best in life, you know? So it has some people go one time, like one, they're not even give any person a chance to see if they could go and get something else out there. So I will say the finance, the money it is a cornerstone, and cornerstones are very important. So yeah, cornerstone for me. All right, so let's say my money has nothing to do with my relationship. So Celeste, let us know, right? You say money has nothing to do with it. What has to do with it? So Candace is saying, but I know men who actually selling vegetables and see their way, so I don't see no problem once he's grinding hard. Yeah, and it's how, all right, so Candace is saying you can have all the money and be unhappy and no energy in the relationship, and that is true. But you have some women that will stay for the money that's giving them all the energy that they need. Yeah, we know it have once everything holding down, she don't care. If the man come home, once it is I getting from that, I could go and do my nails, I could go out with the girls, I could buy what I want. She getting enough energy from that. It have women like that. But yes, of course we know it have some persons. Money does not make them happy because they're missing what they say, the love and the attention and spending time together. You know, all the lovey-dovey stuff they are missing out on.
You don't get no genuine connection when you have lots of money. Yeah.
Unless the woman say, here, what I understand the situation, I know you have to be working hard out there, and when it is you get time, you get time. Some women like that, they may understand. They may. Personally, Candace started once the man selling vegetables and grinding hard. So on what scale, right? Because we know some persons kind of look down at the agriculture sector at times. We know we're not doing that, but let us say the man really selling on a large scale. He could provide for different, markets and all these things. Will you,
In my mind, I'm glad. That's free vegetables there. That's more money in our pockets, you know.
Yes.
All you have to do is take out of the batch and we're cooking for free. Just buy gas.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you
once it is on a large scale. So if it's on a large scale, not just at the side of the road hustling.
Go true. All I'm saying is that we have extra money in our account. Just make sure, baby, bring home some broccoli, some pumpkin, some this, some that, whenever I tell you, after you're done distribute. And we got to go. Or better yet, you distribute and we have our own little garden. Go ahead.
Right. So large scale farming, we taking.
People don't understand the amount of money that farmers make when they do large scale farming and they make a lot.
Yes, they do.
So whoever just look down on agriculture,
hard luck, they really don't know. It brings in, it brings in the dough, as they say, it brings it in. And Sonali's right, you don't have to think about purchasing your own food items, unless you're buying rice and whatever, but you have all the vegetables and everything. And if it is you even have, you're doing poultry, livestock, you're in even a better position to it, because people always buying chicken, they're always buying beef, they're buying pork, everything. So you're making out of that.
Something to think about it. The guy who we buy poultry from, the cars that he have, them nice. Them send down real nice.
So it makes money. It's just what is it? What is it that women look down at? Men that in that kind of work environment.
Because they highlight the office job as being the superior bringers.
It's talking good, It's talking real good. I realize only going at the upper
Can they
end of
say no issues of the
I only hear about
agriculture
the upper
man?
echelons. Listen, that's 1%. You
Well,
talk
I
about
I went
listen.
I decided with Fabi and taking the tomatoes for you. Maybe the up there will work.
Yeah, you know what I say. My family come from garden. You see that I understand agriculture. So my family come from that. You can make plenty money in crop time according to what crop you're selling. You see, in agriculture, you will have your crop time is your time when you're harvesting is where you make the most money because people kind of, pay in advance for the crop according to what crop you have. So you see big money. And there's a difference between when you get that money and then next harvest time. You understand what I said? You're all talking about people who have hundreds of acres, not 10 acres. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You talking about that is one person in like 100,000 in Trinidad. Because for you to have a crop, meeting a crop, in season, out of season, you would have a crop coming and a crop going and supplying. That is hundreds of acres. That is not 5 acres alone to start. That is big too, buying and you see that what you're talking about is big farming. That money you talking about. Because if you have a crop of okra and your okra gone, you sell out your okra, you had a plant over. Right? So you're sowing. You had to have plenty land to keep sowing and reaping, money coming, meeting money, bills, paying, children going to school. It's easy. So what all you're talking about is our 1%. That is not the tomatoes, man, where you see it in the market. That's what I'm saying. That is a big farming person. Yeah. So as we're moving forward
Yeah.
now.
So as
Yeah.
Isaiah, I would say
Yeah? I know about
cornerstone.
agriculture, but trust me, it ain't.
Can they say they also look down on men running taxi too?
Well,
I wouldn't say that, eh? That is
Abby,
not what I will say. But Abby, what you went and say about the taxi men?
they put their foot in it, so they deserve it.
oh my.
They put their foot in it, so they rumble in
So,
the rubbish, so
so
they
we
had to
see.
blame themselves. They get
Hmm.
themselves in that mix so that people will look down at them. Because
Oh,
in school there was a hype back then, you know. A taxi guy is like, oh wow, she is it. But now I'm just glad I wasn't one of them. That's all.
yeah.
But they look for it.
Interesting.
Correct.
So that's a
Correct.
stigma, right?
Correct. Yes,
That's
Yeah.
it
a
is.
stigma kind of way, right?
Because they always say about
Mm.
the taxi girls, the taxi men running down
That's
girls
taxi
in school
girls.
skirts. No taxi men running down girls in school skirts.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So that's what you
Interesting.
say about the taxi men.
Yeah. They put
Interesting.
themselves in
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yes.
Don't leave out the conductors too.
Well, yes, and
Conductors and
of
Matthew,
course the
don't leave them out.
conductors.
So the
Of
Just
course
topic
tell
the
for
them.
tonight
conductors.
is Dora. Dora should expect you.
And the best thing, all the servicemen, but they know the servicemen money running. So they say, okay, no problem.
So we could say, is it a cornerstone, right? So we could say
Yes,
that
a cornerstone.
financially, don't matter what you're doing, whether it's
Yes.
whatever you're doing, because it have people earning a lot of money, but they're not keeping it. So again, so it is a cornerstone. You can't get away
But
from it.
it's not a
Yeah.
foundation. Definitely not.
But it's a cornerstone.
It's
Yeah,
just
it's
It
a
just
is
a
a corner.
stone. It's just a past
Yeah.
stone. Yeah.
All right, just start looking at the
Cornerstone holding up.
Yeah. I think money is more than a cornerstone because that is actually one of the key reasons why people get divorced. That's actually the number one rated issue for the divorce rate right now. So that borderline and maybe on
For the
foundation
beams.
as well. That is just cornerstone. That's something like to me is a foundational element
Mm-mm. I don't
because
see it that way.
the divorce rate is that money. Yeah. Some
Why
people
I
put
don't see it that way?
yeah.
Sorry, why I don't see it that way? Because I have witnessed two people from Ecuador,
Right.
husband and wife. They grind together. They had the same job. They do the same thing.
Goodness.
and they grind together. And on lunch break, they would have their home cooked meal together,
Mm-hmm.
and they drive a really old bang up car.
Right.
You know, if it wasn't for that teamwork,
Yeah.
you know, it
So
might have
can you
gone
do about
south.
fishermen? Can you? Can you really talk to Diego?
I don't know about fishermen. I've
I,
never met
I
one.
know certain people in going around no fisherman. I understand why though. Because I know a lot of fishermen and they earn nice money, you know, when you bring it up ready. You know, when you hire boats and they can bring it up ready. You know, and they
Really,
can bring
you
it a
had to
little,
go
you
to
can
the
bring it a
illegal
little
side.
product. A little product cross the border
So
and then penny and you get a pan.
you're fishing
I
for
think
woman.
too many and a
Daddy
product.
fish. Daddy fish.
Fisherman that make money from all different sides, transport.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
But to me, it's a cornerstone. I feel it's more than that. And a lot of ladies look at your finance before they even get you a little black.
Nowadays, they do. Yes,
Yeah, I
nowadays.
feel you're going out
Not,
on a date. She watching
No,
from
you
your
don't
foot.
ask.
not,
She
not,
watching from your foot to where you have on how your clothes looking when you take out your wallet. If you're swiping, if you have cash. I mean, women does real analyze, man. I ain't sorry.
not really, not
Mm.
all the time.
Yeah,
I
No,
will
all the
not all
time.
the
say not
time.
all the time.
So you don't
Not,
analyze no man. You just go with the flow. You ain't analyzing.
no, I'm not saying that I'm not analyzing, but I am saying like maybe
Kika,
from the first time I
Kika,
am
you
not
ain't
really going to
analyzing.
analyze you.
Well, boy, I
So
analyze it, yes. I ain't getting no fly by
Yeah,
night.
it will take
I
some while. For me, on a personal note,
analyzing from how she's
right, it have,
smelling. So if she have powder on she neck, to if it is she
well,
wearing
that
a
is different. Her appearance and the
exactly.
way that she carries about herself, that's
if
different.
the hair
But if it
running
is
her
a
top
man,
quarter,
that
yeah,
don't determine how much money
she
in the
have
bank
crack in
account.
teeth. She had them thing in she teeth. I analyzing hair. So
I, I,
people
don't, I think the
And
analyze come after, innit? I
please
mean, if
leave
a
the
guy
comments
chatting you
down.
up real nice, you ain't really focus on what he's
And
wearing.
on that day, let us say, okay, the guy, he's smelling nice.
He looking
He's looking
decent.
clean,
You
decent. He
understand?
don't have bound to have on a
Even if
brands.
you're lying,
Mm-hmm.
the lie to me, you don't look good. If you comment a lie, if you comment a lie, you have to look good. You come
yeah,
and
but
lie ain't looking good. If you comment to tell me all the stories in the world, come looking good for me, please. Yes, don't do me that. When
but
you
then you
comment and
but
you're
then you
lying,
seriously
and you
looking to
comment
get
to
your
thief
head
my
teeth
head,
then.
come and thief my head looking good. Thank you.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
When you comment at me, come looking great. Eh, Verena? I go on.
Yeah? Come full 100 don't come at all.
The man could have now come from work and looking too clean. You don't know. I'd never tell.
You just
You can
never
never
know because the
tell.
same one who pulling out all the brands and the flashing cash
They
and
have
card,
nothing.
they broke.
Nothing.
They borrowed a friend money and all kind of thing.
The
No
friend
Mm-hmm.
borrow
clothes
the
and
brother
shoes.
clothes.
Yes, exactly so. They take
Wow.
a borrow car, they borrow this, they borrow that. And the fella who may be walking out the road with a slipper on his feet
Is the
is
one
the
who
one
have
who
it
I
all.
have exactly. So looks
Well, all
can
the
be
qualities.
deceiving. Yes.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Sorry, guys.
Mhm.
So I don't know what really and
Yes.
truly like I'm trying to say.
You
From our
understand
first.
the
Of course,
girl?
I not analyzing you from first. I giving you some time to analyze. Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can't do it at first, on the first day. There's a whole day assessment. You're doing that and a whole day assessing this person is spending whole day with them to get a little. You know, sometime during the day the person just might slip up a little bit. But yeah, that is a whole process. It's like you know you're doing like when people are assessing the students in school. It is not just a one-off.
That's
It
true.
takes time. It takes time. That's why some people, they don't take time to get to know the person that they're getting into a relationship with. And that's why they have so many exes. It's
Huh.
1 week and then they realize, hey, I bust my head because this just not making sense. Because they'd say, oh, you meet the fella in a club or wherever it is you're going, and you're thinking, oh, this man, he really toting, he have money in the bank. That time, he just come with his friends, he borrow from somebody, and he just
The
looking
car is
good
a
on that
rental.
one occasion. But it is no one is a rental, eh?
Borrowing
It
some
is
money
no.
from somebody. I
No,
find it
you could rent a private car from somebody who not registered. Is a rental.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is going on. The topic for today, Verena, is money a requisite for stability in your relationship. We are talking about posters and all these set of things. Let's sort of go why. Yeah, son.
Well,
But
me
that
and her no
relationship
money.
is included.
Me and her no money, but I have a relationship.
I agree.
Oh God, I don't think it's necessary. You don't need money to have a stable relationship, but money, you limit yourself when you don't have money to the things that you can do in your relationship or for your relationship. You know. So a relationship is more than just material things, and as Shemika was saying, that's why some relationships don't last, because they base it on things that materialistic, for instance, money.
Verena, money could play a serious stress on taking care of a family. I mean, if you're talking about a relationship where a family is involved, we cannot neglect the stress that plays. And we cannot neglect that we or persons involved in relationships should have money at some point in the, you see, because to throw it as a taboo over your back, that's supposed to be discussed. And sometimes you started to get to know somebody, but you had to get to know them financially too. So people place it into perspective. If you think when you're going to get involved with somebody, if that the topic of money should be spoken about and finance as opposed to everything.
Yes, because sometimes you're in a relationship and the person loves to spend. They don't care. Today, tomorrow, we need things to eat and whatever. They want to spend it on liming or things in the moment, ice cream and, close up partying and thing. And, that you're studying the next day now, how you're going to eat. So financial awareness is important, yeah. And you need to discuss that up front.
Well, how it is spending money, right? Because, I mean, some persons, yes, they may spend, but it's what is spending it on. And is it that they're gambling, or is it that they're buying all the alcohol? When they get paid, 70% going towards the lime and the alcohol, and so it all depends. And then some persons, they may come up with the act that they don't save, and they don't save anything. They don't put anything towards no insurance or no, credit union. You have a savings.
Or they have no financial plans.
Or they have no plan. So
no plans.
But yeah, it should be spoken about. It should be spoken about. And I mean, if it is with the person, you will see how it is they spend it. We not to ask them how they spend their money. You will see.
Certain things you'll observe.
Yeah. You will definitely see. So Nali, what you saying? You need to talk about the money.
You have to. You don't have to ask like, okay, how much you're making, but you have to talk about it like, okay, what it is your plan for the future? Like, do you have the finance for this? What it is you want to do? And so forth. You don't have to go down to know exactly the balance in the books and all of that. And on top of it too, like I said, you will see how the person is spending. You will know exactly as to where they place the value of the money. It's not what exactly, if they rather it being in savings and investment, or they just rather spend it out by the bar or buying clothes and partying or so forth. You will know exactly. I could understand that sometimes, yeah, you might end up in a little strain and you have to spend the money, spend the little savings, have to forcibly come out. But we could understand as for what it is it's coming out for. You're not wasting the money on something that's not bringing any value also for the future. So you and your partner have to speak about it. And if not later, at least the sooner the better, actually, I should say. The sooner the better. Because you don't want that 3 years down the road, all in now discussing finances, and you come to find out, wait a minute, your partner in debt and all that kind of thing, and they now telling you this when all the time you could have found out from early, and you could have helped them set up some kind of goal or so. Yeah, I ain't saying like you're getting them out of debt, but you're helping them move forward to getting out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So and that's something, in the first even 3 months, if it is you're getting serious with this person, you will know if it is they have, that's as Sonali said, you will know if it is have any loans to pay off, all these different things within 3 months. I mean, if it is we are mature persons and we say we are adults.
Boy, that is useful. Anyhow.
No, it's what kind of that?
That is useful for tell it. I want your credit score. I know you. There are people who know that. And the credit score up.
Yeah, okay, that's for true. That is true, but
listen, this universe we live in, the credit score away. It's a credit score. Right? This universe, because if you're talking about future endeavors, whether it be business, whether it be property, whether it be whatever big people look to get serious with in life, yes, they will always have that credit score is going to, that is you. Right? Aside from whatever. So that I actually pay credit score.
That one I'm going to ask you. I'm not going to ask you that. If it's
the bank, that is the bank. Use the bank.
Yeah, so I want to.
Yeah, but how early? How early in the relationship?
From the beginning. I want to know why I get myself in. You see, sometimes people don't understand what they get themselves in until they're deep in the mess now. So yes, you have feelings and the person is a good. You see, you could be a good person with a bad credit score. Everything nice, you're good. And when I catch myself, so I can't get this also because this person there with you. Yeah, that's a whole 5 years. Abby.
That's if you deciding to put the person on it. You don't have to go.
You know why? I try to be a good fella. I try not to step on no toes. So I be good, good girl, good values, think. When time for business though. Yeah, because life is that, When you want to move forward means forward in life with everything, not forward with skipping to the tulips, holding hands in the green grass. It's boiling down to the brass. Moving forward means that we're actually moving forward and not stagnant. So that credit for, I want to know. I need to know.
It's important.
Yeah, that's important, just like a HIV test.
My.
Very much so.
And if she does not have a good credit score, but is willing
to... well, then we are not dying with the topic. We have to have a serious discussion. Because that would determine, you see, forward movement without money is like we're dreaming. You want to move out and, you want to move up in life. You remember you have goals and aspirations, You might want to be no millionaire or no billionaire, but you
want to live comfortable.
Yeah, you want to be in a place 15 years from now, the same place you was when you meet me.
Yeah,
True.
It don't make sense. And if you're not addressing finance, you ain't going to know that.
So finding out the person financial
finance
would make the relationship move forward financially. I thought that's a thing.
Finance is important. Our credit score is our HIV test. I wait bad.
So
And if
wait,
I could
you
get the
said
credit score
all right.
first,
I want to understand, right? So a guy is chatting me up, and before I can move forward, seeing
I get
this
my
guy
credit score
seems to
too.
be
And as we get deeper, we have a bank statement. You see here what is going
oh
on.
my goodness.
Here what is going on. Have you any problem with me? Man, we very stupid. Any problem with me? The woman does be putting aside she little pence quietly. And we just be spending. Oh, I want to carry a nice place. I want to carry a here. I want to, birthday, Christmas, Starbucks, TGI. I'm here now. 3 years. And the woman now, when she get paid, she took it away, she pets.
For the rainy day. For the rainy day, so I
but
wouldn't.
we just had no rainy day. We just be studied all year. Oh God, she had to
No,
get
but
Yes,
that
so
is
when
all
the
you
rainy
take,
day
all your
comes,
finance, all you have to take the financial advice all you get when all you was young, just like we. Put aside at 200.
That's why I taking it now. I want the credit score. And as I get closer to me, so girl, when the bank statement coming over, I come over with the mailman, When the mailman coming to drop the bank statement, I come in.
I don't have that again, Shulon. But no mailman dropping no bank statement. You have to go online to get that. So you can send a woman in the bank to spend $15 to purchase a bank statement.
I still get bank statement. We just get bank statement.
True?
With paper.
Oh.
Yes. Right? So here what I say. I very transparent with certain things. So here I go say, I go get one on my card and tell you, check the balance. And the balance after me, one on my card back.
Sorry.
I need to talk. I need to talk to this lady to see if what you're saying is the truth. Right?
No,
I need to speak to this lady.
Hold on, I still trying to process.
I have to interview this lady.
I ain't going, I ain't going 50-50 with you. I just take it out a card. I'm saying any 50 is 50. Whoever this card have in it, you have to match it. You see that when problem will start. Because how we could go 50-50 when you can't match me? You see,
yeah, but Shulon.
We get quiet now. Abby, if we have to pay our mortgage, Abby, if we say we like this house here, we're going and do an investment. You see, no, I talking, you see, it's songing way.
It would not realistically be 50-50.
No, wait.
It
Abby,
may not be.
Abby,
let me be realistic here.
Abby,
let me be realistic.
Abby, we see a little property, right? We like how it looking. Remember, we moving forward. Remember, you want to run around in a negligee and something looking good too. You want to be able to eat a nice little food, right? Here we're going on. Abby, what we gonna do, girl? I like how it looking. With the mortgages.
Is it?
With the 10%, you understand? In UK, 5%
down. You or 5 years after meeting you?
No, I'm just saying, little time pass, right? For a little 5 years. We looking for things, we eating. We can't be staying in one place, right? UK are 5% down. Trinidad is 10% down. How you meeting? We half, boy. You dig? Abby, you understand what I'm saying?
We're supposed to be planning that.
No.
We had to plan that. So we had to save together to accumulate the 10%.
If I don't save together, you have to come with your money. Come with your money.
No, I don't understand that.
With your money. Because here why, Verena? Here why, Abby? Because you're saying that you're going 50-50. You have to come
but what I am saying is realistically, you may not be able to go 50-50 because if my salary is 15,000 and your salary is 10,000, how are we doing that?
I have to find it. If I have to go and pick up that applies to me too,
Sell tomatoes.
That's it. I have to sell tomatoes. That's applying one way, Verena. That's applying.
I know it's not applying one way. I know.
If I run in short, I have to look.
You have to find the money.
At the end of the day, you cannot put this strain on one person. That's just like bills in the house.
They were
right?
there's where the development of the relationship
Yeah,
start. That's
the
the
house. That is
foundation,
what's going
Lion.
on. Abby, if a man can't pay the light bill, he can put on 10% on anything.
Well,
Abby,
they
if
were
the
the
man can't
tomato
pay,
skimming,
Abby, let me
Lion.
be real. Abby, let me be real. You love the man, I understand what you're saying. But if the man can't even pay the cable bill, he could put 10% down on anything.
Now,
Let's talk
when you think like what Verena said realistically, if the man loses his job due to whatever situation, then of course you rely on the woman to put her foot down and take hold the
Take the
reins,
mantle, yeah.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be, but I'm not going to deliberately look for a man who's on the street and then take full range and expect he to put 10% or 50. That don't make no sense. But then again, how am I going to look for someone and straight out the back before even getting to know this person? Also, what's your bank account look like? How is that going to portray to
No, well,
me
that is
when I?
later done. What I'm saying is realistically. So what I have to do now is I know my salary is $10,000. I have to find somebody who matching that salary. But then it have persons with different expenses. Suppose he helping his mother pay something or he helping somebody do something.
Right.
He would be
All
able
that
to
have
pay
to count into the
to
factor.
be 50-50 with me. Remember, you're meeting an individual who already would have certain commitments, and we just have to work together
Right.
to make our own commitments come true. So I don't know.
So what?
I
So
sure
what?
learn. Sure learn.
So So what if someone who's attracted to you, like seriously, who makes 10 times more than your 10,000, right? And they are really
that's a
attracted
fine
to
it,
you.
Abby.
What you gonna do? Turn them down because I
Yeah,
can't
supposing
afford
you
it.
meet a billionaire. Supposing you meet a little millionaire.
Any nice thing
Yeah.
for this talk what we have in here. If we can't adopt this for the small things, we can't adopt it for the big things. And if we only making excuses why one of us have to fall short, no. If you could start from a cable bill, a light bill, a water rate, a rent, right? Because we have to have that principle in us. Because if we can't move, no, it really would be just stagnant. You're going to be. If I can't see the household spending 10,000 in bills and everything for the month, and I can't even come up with half, you're not supposed to be with that woman. You need to get your facts straight and be single. And be
Exactly,
single.
until you catch yourself.
Put children, daughter. That is the reality.
Like all the people children son. Don't burden people like that. It's
Exactly.
true.
That is what we lacking. We lacking the humility to know here what's going on. I, as a man, I ain't reached that stage for no girl. My grandmother says, you can't afford a woman as yet. You cannot afford to be in a relationship as yet. We so accustomed getting things we can't afford. Even in relationship not about you like me and I like you and you's a good person and I's a good person.
That is primary school days.
That is primary school, exactly. You have fellas have to look at themselves in the mirror and say, hey, brethren, I can't afford to be with a woman right now. Women have to look at
Exactly.
themselves in the mirror and say, sister,
Yeah.
right now financially, I cannot afford to be with no man. Because if you cannot split your bill half with a significant other, you are not ready to take on no relationship. Right? That is real talk on our live on Friday nights. This is grown up
Hi,
talk.
Keisha.
This is not your feeling a feeling and I like the boy and I like the man and we connecting on a level. Rubbish.
This
Right?
applies to nowadays, right?
This is applying to now
Yeah,
because in the real world, even if I like Abby or I like Marina or whoever it is, I have to check myself first. I have to check myself and say, hey, Abby renting, Abby have children, right? I get into a relationship with Abby and I can't even buy her sneakers for the child. I can't, if Abby running low on the rent, I can't afford to say, Abby, look half of the rent, girl, because I eating out cheap food, right? Abby going to the grocery. That is being that is
Exactly.
adult time. That is being an adult now, you know. Adult means
Yeah.
that you have to know that you can't get into that situation now. That is why come out and say, I start with a big vision. right? Because half the married people want a place to stay for themselves and their family, and they would want to get a home and wherever. They might want to rent wherever according to the situation, right? That is a big goal. And if the partner you partnering up with,
Can't
no
assist.
matter how much you love that man or that woman, you have to be practical with your life. You had to step back. You have kids. Remember, might have a daughter or son who mightn't be the man own or might be the woman own. And they getting into a relationship with you, with children, with bills, with a rent, with grocery. It is not just I like you, you like me, I love the man, and he go helping out here, so I go take. That is the problem. He cannot afford to be with you. Abby? He can't afford to be with you right now. You know, delayed gratification, right? Hold on, homeboy.
You bring a real point there, Sheila.
Yeah. Hold on, homeboy.
You bring a real
So the concept what our generation growing up learn, we have to take that out the window.
We have to throw plenty thing out the window, Abby. We have to throw plenty thing out the window because you have to be a man enough to say, hey, Verena have 3 children or 2 children, and I put in myself with Verena, and I can't even pay half the grocery. You want to check yourself at the door and say, whoa, me ready yet, you know? Same
Exactly.
thing with men. Don't watch him, man, because he's sweet, or the thing sweet, right? Right? And you can't have that man bill, but you want to be with him.
I can get that.
You want to be with the man, we have children, right? You see, when we talking, it's easy to get carried away in feelings. Eyes are blunt instrument, everybody know that. You have to check yourself really and ask yourself, can I be with this man seriously? Can I be with this woman seriously? And not because you like the woman, not because she feeling good, she looking good, she sexy. It's not that. She had 2 children. Right? She rented. She had light bill to pay. Homeboy, home girl, if you like the man and you can't meet half the bills, you need to step back and let a real woman or a real man step. You see, wow. Nobody here want to talk this talk, right?
No, because we're listening to you and you're making sense.
And if it is, you know you have flaws and you have things to tighten up. That is when the rapport starts. Babes, I really at that stage, but you know what? I'm going and make ways to get to that stage because that is the stage you need to be at. You can't just go along on feelings and love. You could go buy the grocery, you're hungry with love and tell Kasha, well, he's sweet, you know, or she's sexy. Yeah?
He love me. 10 years together, we love one another. Cash out this Christian piece.
Guys and girls, put aside the feeling and here sometimes I don't want that woman get them or I don't want that man get through. So I'm putting myself in the place. You're putting yourself in place, but you ain't ready.
Exactly.
You ain't ready.
So, all right, what about what Keith
get yourself ready?
Yeah, to get yourself ready. So when you get in, you ain't getting out. You see, that's the problem. When you get in, it is getting for a little time so, and then it's end up being on the outside. Yes, be an excellent. Because you didn't calculate how much things you really have to get right before you be with that person. If the woman has 2 children renting and have bill to pay, you going in with this woman and you can't even pay the cable. You need to get your ass out. Don't get with the woman. Don't get with the woman. Don't get with the man. Because when you check the bills and you check yourself, you ain't ready yet. But you put yourself in place to block anybody else. But if you really
but you become an expense when you really think about it. That person become an expense for you.
Exactly.
But you practical aspect of it.
Yeah, you have to be real. Yeah. Now, everybody not perfect, but when you admit that you have them flaws, die when you know you have something to work on and what. You see, when I come and tell you how your credit score, and I started talk this money talk with you, you say I superficial, I like money. Like, everybody know I like money because if you don't like it, you ain't get it. Right? You wouldn't work hard for it. You wouldn't save it.
Yes, Laya. I mean, what he said is good.
He preaching to me tonight. No, but on a real, seriously, take love out the picture, and you're going in a relationship. Take love, take sex out. And you're going into a relationship. You really don't want somebody to be an expense or a burden on you. You don't really want a burden to be toting around every time. It's true.
That's
You
understandable,
know?
but like in the old days, I used to hear my grandmother telling my uncles and them, don't go and hook up with no girl because they have no way to put them.
Mm-hmm.
A man's
And that
supposed to
is very
provide a
correct.
place for their wife or the girl or whatever. And what Keisha said in the comments, I wanted Lion to explain what about that, situation about the 50-50, because it have men who want their women to be homemakers. They would go
Yeah.
and provide the money and they create the home. So what about that
No,
situation? That in
you see, for
financially
that,
50-50.
you see, that situation, Abby, that is a discussion between those two. That
Mm-hmm.
couple, they will say, if it is he want the woman to be a homemaker, he will come and say, baby, hear this. I working for X so money. You not you stay home. I will bring home the bacon. I just want the place to be clean, food to cook, my clothes clean, my drawers clean. Right? Come home, look sexy and nice, and that is all I want. That is what I grew up with, that's what I see, or that is what I personally like. That will be a discussion. It won't just come automatically that she stay home and he go out and work, or vice versa.
Or
She
that
go
she
out and work
just,
and
or
he
she
stay
or
home.
he just expect it to be that way. Because,
Exactly.
Abby, what you're saying, it's people, the man's supposed to be the provider. A lot of people just expect men to just
Yeah.
provide and they don't
Because
want to support,
that's a concept,
some
a
women.
Disney concept that they grew up on. That the
Yeah,
man is
but it
always the
is not,
provider.
that's not even very realistic in today's time either,
In today's time,
you
yeah.
Exactly.
know? Yeah, yeah.
So it's all about the money in today's time.
And
Exactly.
money equivalent to inheritance too, because some people just inherit it and they could use it however, you know?
Yeah. True.
But in a sense, come just like with a
So I mean,
generation.
while we saying some people have to work real hard for it and some people don't have to work as hard.
Mm-hmm.
True.
So that
Yeah,
means
but
my
yes,
But
thinking.
we will say that yes, money is important to keep a relationship stable. Cause I mean, if
Stable.
one, yeah, cause if one person, let's say one person loses job or both persons lose their jobs, it is be even harder, to get things done, right? We understand the situation where some person just, as we say, COVID, and they lose their job and there's nothing that they could do about it, the situation. But then some person, they have the choice and they know they could work, but they just choose not to work. Or they choose to stay home and scratch and say, but let the man take care of me or let the woman take care of me. That is totally different. So then it will have
mm-hmm.
bickering how the person spending the money. One person say, let us invest the money in property. The next person, all they want to do is buy clothes and party. And
Mm-hmm.
that is where it will have bickering. Or the person spending money that's supposedly supposed to be things in the house, but they're not seeing where the money going to just disappearing. Like who all this money spending on? And you're not seeing it
Exactly.
in the relation add into your relationship, you're not seeing it invested in your a property for both of you all, or you decide you're going to get a mortgage, nothing that concerns you, the money just gone. So what is it really working
Mm-hmm.
for? So yes, that
So
will cause
money
a
is
problem.
part of being a relationship.
Yeah, keeping it stable. Yeah.
So it's not
So
no
I mean,
cornerstone no
corner.
more. Is it?
I will still call it a cornerstone because like if one part of the house shaken and it's leaning one side, I mean the whole thing could capsize, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it
Mm-hmm.
gets weaker and weaker and weaker. So for me, I could still, when it is a build a strong foundation, and I guess that's where Lion theory will come in here. What is a credit score? That's how it will be the foundation. But if it is we then start off with credit score and we starting to get to know one another and building a relationship, yes, it could be the cornerstone. And if that cornerstone get a little lash, but not a little lash, but a big hit, it could let the house topple over despite of the foundation. One side will really be
Mm-hmm.
leaning and it just might lean a bit too much.
And it is really challenging to be with somebody who don't have the same financial goals as you. You know, you're with somebody and their financial goal is to buy the latest vehicle. Every year they want the latest vehicle. But your idea is to get a house, you know, or to own some property or start a business. But all they want to do is invest in the latest model of the Audi or the latest model of this. You know, so financial goals really have to sync. You know, for a relationship to really work.
Well,
so when you connect, you have to connect on a lot of levels in the relationship, and well, the future plans. When it comes to how the money is being spent, is definitely one of them. Definitely. I'll be thinking hard there.
But I want to know how you contributing, you know? Even if, let me say, you pick up somebody, they have very good qualities, you realize, I mean, you would realize certain financial things with them, right? Now you pick them up in a time where they're not working, so they have no money to contribute. You know? Lion theory, if this person had no money to contribute, should not go in a relationship because you ain't ready for that, you know? Meaning, you cannot provide, you can't assist how it is you're going to do, how it is you're going to be in this relationship and support this individual, you know? And vice versa.
Sonali said if it is the person is trying to see that they actually going out there looking for a job, they might be doing something temporary, whether it's working in a fast food restaurant or whatever, something.
You must do something.
It must have something.
Here what's going on there. Very nice thing about this thing. You have to ascertain the person's relationship with money. If today somebody lose their job and they have no money, that means they have a poor relationship with money because you were working before. If I work in 10 years before COVID, let me say I'm working in a job for 5 years before COVID-19 hit. COVID-19 hit. And the next month I can't pay my bills. I have a poor relationship with money. You don't need to see me try. Because I saved shit for 5 years. Right? That means my structure for my finances off. Because if I had 5 years of income and COVID, everybody blaming COVID. Everybody blaming COVID. Right? If I had 5 years of cash flow and COVID come and the first month of COVID, I can't pay no bill. Second month of COVID, I can't pay no bill. I had a bad relationship with money and I need to accept that and I need to make a conscious effort to get that fixed before I put my burdens on somebody else. That is the maturity we don't want in this world. Everybody just talk maturity, but we ain't mature to talk to ourselves. Yeah, we mature for all kind of things. Because it can't be that you're in a relationship with somebody who have good qualities you want to add. But if you have a bad relationship with money, you are going to stress out that individual. You are going, if you care about them, you're going to stress them out still because they would care about you and they would see now that they need to help you. Right? So if we know that, then we need to make a conscious effort. We admit that we have a problem and now in the rapport, you're explaining what we're going to do to fix it. You see, if you don't know you have a problem, you will go into that relationship thinking you good. You live in paycheck to paycheck, Jay. If you live in paycheck to paycheck, you can't be with no woman. Time she go by Pennywise. Time she too often. You can't be living. It don't matter how big your salary is, your lifestyle will match your salary. If somebody working for 5,000 and then they're working for 10, they will just grow their lifestyle to match your salary. It is always happen.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. As opposed to some people. The majority.
Why is no, Abby?
When people working for more money, they spend more, they just buy more expensive things because they can afford it.
Yeah.
Right?
So their heart with
but here the thing, when you're working for less money, you live within your means. right? When
Listen.
you're working for more, you get things that you want.
That is not true. Because
That's that you
people
desire.
working, people
It
working
have
for
people
minimum
who
wage
and they
and
have the
buying
best of the
KFC.
best.
You have I telling you? KFC is expensive for somebody working for minimum wage. Anybody working for less than $9,000 a month and they're buying KFC, you have a poor relationship with money. Because if you extrapolate the amount of money you spend on KFC and say, boy, I could go and buy 6 chicken with that money. The money I spend with 2 weeks with KFC, I could go and buy 6 chicken with that money. That shows you a poor relationship with money. You working for under 9,000, I telling you, and you're buying KFC twice in a week, you have a poor relationship with money. You see, but we can't discuss that because it's uncomfortable here. Yeah, it's uncomfortable for everybody.
Not really.
I could ask you what you buying for the month and I could tell you have a poor relationship with money. If you work it 8 years and you don't have X amount in the bank account, you have a poor relationship with money. And that is why we have to admit it and consciously make an effort before and during. If you're done in a relationship, you're done anything. Right? But you have to know that you really are supposed to be there because you're ready. Nobody don't give a person a job if they're ready for it. And being in a relationship is a job. It's work.
Oh, yes.
It's work. It's not skipping to no tears and holding hand and I love you and you love me and I blowing kiss every minute. Because when that bank call you, kiss done.
Oh, when sickness take you, kiss done too because you have no money to go by the doctor.
Yeah, we had to continue this conversation. So I'll let Chica tomorrow going on clearance on the weekend and we go. Yeah, this was heavy.
Yes, morning show tomorrow, 8 o'clock. We have some highlights as usual. And what you're cooking, we're going to be having some serious flags. I don't know if you're going with the green or the red flag. And then tomorrow evening at 5:30, we will be speaking about choices. Yes, so choices is the topic for tomorrow. Yeah, choice. Yes, were your choices affected during the pandemic? Yes, so choices. And of course, Sunday, Sweaty Sunday, we get a nice workout in. Abby, we are waiting patiently for you.
I'll be there soon.
Yes.
Where's Jazan today?
Jazan.
What's that?
It's Friday night.
Where's Jazan?
Friday, girl, you know it's... Yes, and it's Friday. The lime is on. We can have started. She took a little rest and she's back out again. Yes. So yes, people, that's what happening. We'll look out for y'all 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Then at 11 for what you're cooking, and 5:30 for the effects of COVID-19 on the family. And of course, Sunday morning 7 a.m. Yeah, Sweaty Sunday. And we out, people, so see y'all in the morning.
Bye, guys.
Your man said he don't like me. I don't like that you just call.